Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Bulls. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, it has taken no time for them to come together as a team. I mean, no time. There wasn't much being said about them preseason, but now everybody's got them in their radar.
Exactly, and the longer this great run they're on continues, the more teams will be gunning for them. No one's taking them lightly anymore.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Charlotte, Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Cody Zeller out there with Marvin Williams. And it's Walker in at the one spot. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. And for Jimmy Butler, for a player with his skill set, he sure heard his name floated around a lot in the rumor mill, Steve. Interesting to see a team want to trade someone with his talent.
Yeah, you do, because of some of the disagreements he's had with his coaching staff. But, you know, bottom line, Jimmy Butler is an all-star, a guy that's one of the best two-way players in his game. You're not going to trade him for just nothing, so I don't see him going anywhere.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Clifford. David.
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. We're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
He's comfortable with the contested shots. Does a nice job of elevation and concentration at the rim.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. .143 left to play here in the first. Picked by Zeller. Walker with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Walker against Rondo. Walker the pass to Williams. Batum for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
The one thing the Bulls can hang their hat on is rebounding. They've always been one of the best rebounding teams in this league. Last season was no different for them.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And the instincts of Lopez on the glass right there. Huge.
So for the Bulls, Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Jaren Grant in for Rajon Rondo. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Ellenelli, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Walker. And the Bulls were third in the NBA in rebounding last season. They are just so good, Steve, at closing out possessions on the defensive end.
Yeah, you said it best. Defensively, they do a nice job. But when you start talking about defense, you got to finish it with a rebound. They thrive in rebounding the basketball. They have guys at every position that want to get their hands dirty.
Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
It sure seemed like everybody on the team was in the zone. It'll be interesting to see if they are able to keep up that sweet shooting stroke.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Lopez kicks to Butler. Second shot opportunity. Hawes with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Cannon dishes to Grant. Pass to Mirotic. 2 on the clock. And that one goes long. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bulls lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, they were in total lockdown mode there. Can they keep it up for their entire game? Remains to be seen.
And nowadays we see a lot less players who stay on one team for their entire career. Smitty, you played for 6 different teams in your career. Would you have rather stayed in just one spot?
No, I think when I look at it, when I look back at my career, at first at the time, Kevin, a little upset moving around, but the experience I got and to win a championship, I got a chance to move from organization to organization, meet so many different people. I like the change. My wife didn't like it.
I was just going to say, how'd your family react to all that?
Well, the one thing about it is my kids weren't old enough to change. They weren't in school yet, so that helped.
Huge.
My wife, I got to give her a lot of credit. She did a good job of being the champion at home while I was gone.
Do you know what they say? Behind every successful man is a surprised wife. You and I are lucky in that regard, aren't we?
Yes, indeed.
They've got Dwayne Wade. Mirotic is out there with Portis. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Wade. And the basket is good. Wade's got his first basket.
Wade making the defenders look like they're underwater when he drives it.
And Walker kicks to Hibbert. And he gets the bucket.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
And last season, Kemba Walker enjoying his best season to date. Many thought that he should have been on that Eastern Conference All-Star roster.
And every year, someone's getting snubbed from being an All-Star. Last year, I felt like it was Walker. Had numbers that were comparable to the other great guards in the league. More importantly, he showed that he's become a leader on his team.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product. I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
Free throw, good. Portis. And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in a short time in the NBA, has the potential to be Steve, like a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward, he'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that, but he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
Hornets trail by 6. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Walker the pass to Hibbert. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Hibbert's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Stolen by Walker. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And the Bulls with possession. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Now, here's Wade. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
And Batum kicks to Hibbert. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Hibbert with the screen. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Layup off the pick. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. 4th, the Bulls.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The first one falls.
Fred Hoiberg with the Bulls, still on his learning curve. Coming from the college game to the pro, he still has some adjustments to go.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis, and McDermott subbed in for Taj Gibson. And then for Charlotte, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Zeller. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Williams. And Sessions subbed in for Walker. And both free throws good for Roy Hibbert. And for Hoiberg, I think the Bulls know, Steve, that he'll have a bit of a learning curve as this is his first time as a head coach in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, when you start looking at the NBA, they want you to win now. But for Fred Hoiberg, it is a learning curve. And last year, I thought, was a learning curve for Hoiberg. This year should be better.
Now here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kidd-Gilchrist dishes to Kaminsky. 5 to shoot, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Wow, embarrassing error in judgment. Gives up the possession without a fight.
Chicago making some changes. Mirotic comes in for Dwayne Wade, and it's Grant in for Rajon Rondo. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Hawes is checked in. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lopez a screen. Here's Grant. Hawes with the block. Lopez with the bucket. 17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now Sessions. There's the screen. Fires the 3. Pause. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's Chicago. They lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
That's it for halftime. We will see you and you too later. Now back to the action.
And welcome back as we take you for a cruise up the Chicago River. Beautiful, beautiful Chicago, Illinois. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Roy Hibbert.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
It's been a masterful game by him so far. He's been a revelation.
We're hearing less about flopping now, thank goodness, than we did a couple seasons ago. The league started issuing penalties for the worst flops. You think that's made a difference?
Yeah, I think so. Guys were, it was getting carried away. A lot of Hollywood was acting right there. And I think for the NBA's, it's hard. You see guys full speed get hit, and some of these guys are acting like they got hit by a Mack truck. So I like the fines for flops.
And of course, you never flopped.
No, not at all. No, not me. No way.
We've looked for the tape. We can find none. None. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Marvin Williams is out there with Zeller, and it's Walker in at point guard. Bulls shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Zeller. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And he's got his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. The Bulls leading by 5. Rondo on top, guarded by Walker. Rondo passes to Butler. The 17-footer. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Butler's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The mid-range game is something you want to perfect over time, and Jimmy Butler's pretty good at it.
Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end. He came into this league known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turned into a guy that can score the basketball and is counted on that end.
Here's Rondo. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Lopez dishes to Butler. Fires from the line. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
They didn't look like the well-oiled machine we've come to expect every day. I don't think we'll see that from them too often.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA. And at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. That's good from Lopez. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Jimmy Butler. Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Jaron Grant in for Rajon Rondo. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Cody Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Walker. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Kid Gilchrist.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Cannon. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
And so here's Charlotte, following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Out to Sessions, stolen by Grant. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And the Bulls with another miss.
Made that shot a little harder than it had to be. No one around him, just rise straight up and drill it. Wow, how do you miss from that close? That wide open, painful.
Now here's McDermott, following the miss by Frank Kaminsky. He tries for 3, nailed from three-point land. Grant's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Bellinelli. There's the pick. This one for 3. It's off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bulls lead by 8. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep competing, guys. Keep competing. Hey, we made the extra pass all quarter. Great job. Great job. Keep that movement out there. All right, keep attacking, guys. Every time we get into the paint, something good's happening.
Fred Hoiberg smelling blood. That's what they've been able to do offensively around the rim.
I think they found a weakness in the D. Want to keep pounding on it and at least until some kind of adjustment is made by the opponent.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Mirotic and Gibson up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Goes up the baseline, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Hornets trail by 6. Left side Walker. The shot misses. And it's Chicago the other way. Butler in the corner. Another 3 for Chicago.
You know, in this new era of basketball, stretching the floor is critical, and Jimmy Butler has really knocked down that 3-shot.
Zeller, a screen on Rondo. Walker with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And Walker kicks to Bellinelli. Picked by Zeller. 6 to shoot. To the inside. The kick out to Williams. From deep. Walker. Walker missing again. The Bulls leading by 9. .144 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Butler. And it's Chicago scoring again. There are a lot of great coaches known for their defensive prowess. And Steve, do you have your pick for the best defensive coaches in the NBA right now?
Greg Popovich does a nice job. Rick Carlisle comes to mind. These guys just does a nice job of being able to change their defensive philosophy throughout the course of the game. Doc Rivers also come to mind, being able to play with what he has, and he can change up on the fly.
Portis, he's checked in for Mirotic. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Bellinelli. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Williams, a screen on run. Walker with it. Inside. He's looking for Williams and finds him. 4 on the shot clock. A shot by Batum, no good. Chicago leading by 11. Rondo passes to Wade. Gibson dishes to Wade. Shoots. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you got to trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Wade. From the arc. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
They're already celebrating. People are walking to the door, smiles. This one is over.
And here are the Bulls now after the basket by Charlotte. And there's the pass to Portis. Here's Wade. The kick outside to Butler. Now the dish to Gibson. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Batum with the steal. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
At the line for the Hornets, Nicholas Batum taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. And here is Grant. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Dwayne, you really got on the glass tonight. How did that happen?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
Well, you helped him in a big way, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan, Robin Lopez.
Oh boy, he had the arena rocking the night with the show he put on. That's one of the best performances I've seen from him. Something just clicked. I don't know what it was. It just all came together.
His patience was incredible tonight. If he didn't have a good look, he kicked the ball out, partly because he had the confidence that his teammates would get it back to him. That's exactly what happened tonight.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.